Hi, Ray. How are you?
That's none of your business.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Starting off on a
Glad to
good
help.
note. Did that represent the mood of the Golden State Warriors fans, that response I just got? None of your business?
No, I think they're absolutely baffled because they have been led to believe, and properly so, that the Warriors are playing the basketball of the future, when in fact the thing that's bringing them down, rather than this player not doing well or that player being injured, is that they are losing to the basketball of a decade ago. They got 72 shot attempts last night, which is not only the lowest of the season, but their fourth lowest in 4 years. They're not passing the ball very well or very often. And the reason is that Houston, which is the team that everybody likes to characterize as a team that doesn't play any defense, has basically been choking them off from doing anything they want to do. They're not comfortable at all. And I think that's the takeaway here, is that Houston has basically gone away from the thing that you think of Houston as being, and now they're like the Spurs of 2007. And I think that's why people are confused. They're going, wait a minute, we're the vanguard of the future. Why are we losing to the basketball of the past?
Explain Kevin Durant, his performance so far in this series. Because he can be baffling. He can be unbelievable, and then he can be invisible.
I think there is a part of him, and this is dime store psychology, so I know you'll really appreciate it. When things get discombobulated offensively, as they have been for the Warriors in much of this series, he takes it upon himself to save what is essentially an ensemble team from its own best instincts. And when he does that, the offense tends to stagnate, and then he becomes easier to defend. Yes, he puts up numbers, but they're not really efficient numbers, and they don't really make the team better because they become more him-centric. It's not that he's a greedy player. It's that he tries too much to help. And as a result, an offense that is built on ball movement and almost sort of an egalitarian view of what offense should be becomes very much isolation ball. And he's merely the most obvious example of it.
What do you expect to happen in this next game?
Well, first you have to tell me if Chris Paul's playing. Secondly, you have to tell me if Houston can even play with Chris Paul at 60% rather than the 80% he's been at. I think that's the answer to Game 6. If he is not effective, I mean, that's 40 minutes from a seven-man team. If he's not effective, the Warriors win Game 6, and then I think Houston probably wins Game 7 because the home team is running rampant in this whole postseason.
Who's going to take the heat if Golden State doesn't go to the NBA Finals?
Everybody. The presumption all year is that Golden State is a dynasty with everything but the series of rings. And they've been the prohibitive favorite all along. I think there are a lot of people in the country who still think they are dramatically the better team, but they've run into a Houston team that gives them everything they can possibly want and more. And I think everybody's going to get it. I think Steve Kerr will get it. I think Kevin Durant will get it. I think Stephen Curry will get it. I think Draymond Green will get it. I think it's going to be across the board because when a team that everyone figured would cakewalk to a championship doesn't even get to the final, everybody gets their share.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.